Hi everybody and welcome back to Tales of Wanderlust. I'm Cass, and if you want to learn more about my first week with Starlink the mini dish, then stay tuned. Hello everybody. Alright, I am in the parking lot of Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's before, and it was huge. And it was kind of insane. But I got the Starlink Mini in the mail, and I am headed up towards the Grand Teton National Park, where there is no cell phone signal. So I am going to need this for work, and it does not want to open. And I want to see if I need signal to get everything set up. And I also need to do this quickly because it is getting hot. And so it is getting pretty warm in here. We need to get back in the truck with air conditioning. So looking at their nice, simple instructions on top of the box, we're going to pull out the dish. This thing is so tiny and light. I love it. And then it wants the power adapter, which there was supposed to be DC. I hope. So the big thing I heard about this is that you can run it off DC, but you know what? They only give you an AC charger. So I'm assuming the DC charger is one of the accessories you have to buy. So that's always kind of annoying when they do that. So we got our little AC charging thing. Got our plug. I have a plug up here. So that works. Cord out. All right, it wants me to plug it all in. I'm going, Jasper, I'm going. So down underneath here is another little plug, which we're plug the other end of this into. And there's a cover on the Starlink, which is now attacking me in the face. Okay, so there's that. Take the cover off. I have a Victron inverter attached to my Battleborn batteries and the solar setup and all that. So since I am off grid most of the time, in order to get that AC outlet working, I need to turn on my inverter. I don't know if you heard that click, but that click means the inverter is on. So now we should be getting power to the Starlink. Okay, and then I need my Starlink app. Oh, here's the trick. Good thing I had internet because I need to sign in here. Mini room. Okay, so I got the Mini because I have residential service, and I got an invite to get the Mini early, meaning I had to buy it for $600, even though originally everybody thought it was going to be cheaper. It's the same price as a regular dish, but by having residential, I only paid $30 a month for 50 gigs, which now that it's open to the general public, it's $50 a month for 50 gigs, and then you pay for additional data on top of that. So looks like I've got a green light. I am going to run this outside quick. Okay, I can see my standard dish is online. My little mini dish is not. So now it wants me to connect to the Starlink Wi-Fi. There it is. So I got Starlink, and I'm giving it 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to start the car. All right, so I've got the little Mini, and it's all disconnected. So we are now entering the Starlink network. While it is sitting outside, it is giving me like a Wi-Fi not configured error. So we're gonna tap on that. Network name, and then password. Get that all set up. So once I type in my name and password that I want the Wi-Fi configured to, it is applying the settings. Optimizing connection, Starlink is determining. So now it says it is optimizing my connection. So while it is optimizing the connection, I'm actually going to get Jasper, get him in the truck and get the AC started because it is getting way too warm. And hopefully this will connect in time and I don't have to sit here with the truck running for too long. All right, here you go in the truck then. All right, let's get you, pup, in the truck. And while I was getting those few things set up, it is actually now online. So Starlink works. Time to pack everybody up. And we're gonna go off to the Tetons and then see how this works. All right, Jasper and I are here at Brooks Lake Campground in Wyoming.
We've been here for a couple of nights. The views are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm on my way over to Yellowstone National Park. So this was a great stopover place. So I kind of stumbled across this on the way in, and it's been beautiful and absolutely peaceful. It's a national forest campground, 15 bucks per night. It's really amazing, but there is zero cell phone signal. There has been no cell phone signal for a half hour before we even got here. So having the Starlink Mini all set up and ready to go worked out perfectly. So even here in this super remote location, I have been getting about 100 megabytes per second download speeds, about 20 upload speeds, and I've been working 2 full days of work, no problems at all. So with those speeds, I've been doing video calls, meetings, there's been no signal drop, it's been working really well, and even though my Starlink Mini did not come with a DC power cord, only the AC power cord, I looked that up, you have to buy those aftermarket. Starlink does not offer a DC plug for the Mini, at least at this point. I do have the Victron 2000 watt inverter going, just have it running on the inverter with the Starlink Mini. And then with my fridge, charging my laptop, doing all of that stuff, my 300 watts of solar has been keeping up no problem at all. So I'm actually going to keep the AC for now and deal with the DC down the road. When I had the Starlink Square Dish running it off the inverter, it hogged so much power. My solar couldn't keep up with it. If I had any somewhat cloudy days, kind of like how today is looking, I would run into major issues with power supply, all of that. So I am loving the Mini so far. So we are going to wrap things up here, head on up to Jackson, hopefully find a spot at the Grand Tetons. If not, we're gonna go over to Yellowstone and we're gonna do some more testing with the Mini. So stay tuned, we'll see how it goes. What are you rolling in? Do I dare ask? So it is now a week later. I don't know if you can hear that high-pitched yip behind me. I don't know if it's a bird or like a pika or something. So it's now a week later from when I filmed the original video. I ended up going to the Grand Tetons, stayed there for less than 12 hours because the mosquitoes were so bad. It is July and I was parked up in the mountains and they were pretty bad. They're actually pretty bad here too. So you're gonna see a lot of flailing. So then I drove into Yellowstone. I've been spending a couple days in Yellowstone with friends using little mini Starlink with me. Now I am out near Beartooth Pass, which the vistas out here are incredible. The public land is easy to get to. There's lakes everywhere. There are mosquitoes though, and there are horseflies that are about 1 inch long. So after a week with Starlink Mini, been very happy with it. I did a speed test here, and even up here, I'm getting 35 megabytes download speeds, 15 upload speeds, which would be enough for me to work and do video calls with. Oh my gosh, I gotta move. All right, I'm getting eaten alive, so I gotta wrap this one up quickly. Starlink Mini, I love it. It is going to replace my Square Dish because it uses less power. The reason I originally bought it, Jasper, let's go this way, is because I have a residential service, so I can put Starlink Mini on my residential plan for 30 bucks a month for 50 gigs. So being a part-timer, I don't need to pay 150 bucks for a full-time Starlink plan, because if I'm only out for a week or two at a time, the 50 gigs should be enough, and if not, then I just pay $1 per gig more that I use. I use about 6 to 10 gigs per workday with my video calls. So Starlink Mini is going to be my new way to go. It is easy. I loved using it on this trip. It did have trouble with some trees in Yellowstone. It said it was connected, but it kept dropping. I'm out of breath running from mosquitoes. Someday I do want to flat mount Dishy, but at the same point, it is really nice being able to just feed it through the back door right now and then put it wherever I need to put it to try to get it pointed through the trees. Because in the summer, it's quite warm, and so a lot of times it's nice to park in the shade. Not that I'm parked in the shade right now, but that is my high-level summary of Starlink Mini. I was really skeptical paying almost 700 bucks with taxes for another dish, but with the savings of not having to pay 150 bucks anytime I wanted to turn it on, take a trip with it, it's totally worth it. So we are gonna go walk very quickly through the woods and then hide from mosquitoes. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions on Mini, let me know and I'll talk to you later.